sworn in today in Washington, D.C. Paul Ryan reelected as Speaker of the House and is now starting his first full term. Ryan's message to the American people, quote, "We hear you, we will do right by you, and we will deliver." And just as the new session began, House Republicans suddenly reversed course on a controversial move to curb the power of a bipartisan ethics watchdog. WBZ's political analyst John Keller is here tonight with a look at why Republicans suddenly pumped the brakes so quickly, John.
Yeah, David, it seems very few Republicans in Congress backed Donald Trump's candidacy early on, but some of them have been inspired by his aggressive pushback on what had been standard ethical constraints like the tradition of releasing your tax returns. So last night they tried a little envelope pushing of their own with embarrassing results.
It's been withdrawn by unanimous consent.
What a difference a day makes. Late yesterday afternoon, House Republicans neutered their ethics watchdog behind closed doors, sparking immediate pushback. As the word got out, Democrats pounced. By 10:06 p.m., Senator Elizabeth Warren was tweeting, "Tell us, GOP, who exactly thinks that the problem with Washington is that we have too many rules requiring the government to act ethically?"
I mean, is there any American out there who thinks Congress is too ethical?
As the sun rose this morning, Massachusetts Congressman Seth Moulton and others were piling on.
I guess what they have on their agenda might run into trouble with ethics. I don't know what else could be the reason.
There was also backlash from conservative groups like Judicial Watch, which had joined Democrats a decade ago in demanding tougher ethics oversight after a string of scandals involving lobbyists like Jack Abramoff. But as of 8:11 a.m., a top Trump supporter in the House was still defending the change.
Anytime you can provide more accountability and more transparency to any process that is in place, then you're going to take another step toward draining the swamp.
Then, just after 10 a.m., the final blow from the president-elect via Twitter. With all that Congress has to work on, do they really have to make the weakening of the independent ethics watchdog, as unfair as it may be, their #1 act and priority? Focus on tax reform, health care, and so many other things of far greater importance. Hashtag drain the swamp.
So, of course, a lot of people had been calling their representatives since the story broke yesterday. Right. In the end, it seemed like this tweet by Donald Trump ended it all. Does he look good coming out of this?
Well, he certainly comes out of this looking better than the dim bulbs in the Republican caucus who are pushing the idea. He has the common sense to know the timing is terrible in this. But you'll notice in those tweets, Trump doesn't say, "Oh, no, we shouldn't try to defang this agency at all." He says just the timing is wrong. It's going to be very telling about what we can expect from the Trump term to see how he reacts to pushback on other ethical issues going forward. Remember, we're still waiting for that press conference where he's going to explain how he's going to shield his financial holdings from conflict of interest. So maybe he learned a little something today, too.
Well, he had a tweet that, in the end, actually made a change. So that's different from some of his other tweets that people had not been so happy with. So.
He was sure-footed on this one, I think.
All right. John Keller, thank you so much. Lisa